One content curation technique that we use on a daily basis is the curation of thought leaders. This is something that we do on the Content Marketing Institute blog. As many of you know, we have a daily blog that features thought leaders in the industry. These are both people who are well known as well as those who are lesser known, who write on a variety of topics. Not only do we curate individual blog posts, but I also work with our contributors to develop crowdsourced posts in which they all answer one question. And at this event, I'm having many bloggers do live blogging for me as well. The benefit of having all these people write for us is that our readers get multiple perspectives of what is going on in the industry. This is something that wouldn't happen if we only had one writer for the blog.
One way to curate content is by finding relevant news, blog, journal articles for your industry and putting it all together to become a go-to resource for a specific topic. A lot of companies are starting to do this to build independent microsites separate from their corporate microsite by bringing together all the latest content on a specific topic. And as a result, people can go there for the latest and greatest content. Otherwise, they have to go to hundreds of blogs, news publications, journal articles to find the content they want. So companies can really do a great service to their customers by bringing it all together. And over time, they start to build trust and authority. In addition, they should create content and supplement the curated content with original content. But it's a good way to bring people and content together in one place.
One great idea for content curation with SEO in mind is to have a contest where you have entrants create content according to keyword-rich topics that you've defined. Part of that contest might involve identifying, let's say, 10 thought leaders who will be judges. And you broadcast the contest, you get, let's say, 100 entrants. They've all written an article according to a keyword-rich topic of their choosing. And let's say they have to get links, likes, comments and tweets and that sort of thing in order to identify who the top 10 are. So they're driving all kinds of traffic. They're promoting your website where their content resides. And then the top 10 get evaluated and rated and judged by those industry thought leaders. Because they're participating in the contest, the thought leaders might help promote the event as well. So ultimately what you end up with is this great group effort at crowdsourcing according to keywords that you're after, and you recognize people, and you know how it goes. People work for a living, they'll die for recognition, and they'll help promote your website, and it's a win-win-win.
Great content curation tips to offer for your employees. So number one, think of creating a corporate blog. Instead of having just one or two people blog, get everyone in your firm or company on board with blogging. This is a great way to curate their knowledge, expertise, and thought leadership into one place. We do this on our blog, openviewblog.com. Another way to tap into your employees and curate ideas from them is set up an internal discussion thread and encourage all of them to post content that they're seeing on the web from blogs, articles, things on social media that they find interesting that will be interesting to your target audience as well. We follow this model for the curated section on openviewlabs.com, and those are two great tips where you can tap into your employees to curate content.
So one thing that everybody always forgets is the power of photography, right? We all have cameras in our pockets now with our phones. So if you want to curate content, curate photos from your donors, or photos of your fans. And Dunkin' Donuts does a great example of this. They get Fan of the Month. They ask people to submit their photos to Facebook. They bring them all together and once a month pick one and make it their image on Facebook. Anybody can do that. If you have customers, you can curate photos, have them show pictures of their love of your product. Have them show, their diehardness of being a fan of a sports team or a company, whatever it is. Curate the photos and then share them with your community.
One type of content that is in desperate need of curation is data. There's simply too much data residing in too many different places from too many different sources. You can provide a tremendous value to your audience by curating this data and displaying it in a format called an infographic. An infographic is visual storytelling through the display of data in creative fashions, creative ways.
One of the ideas we use for curating, for curation is the curation of our Twitter stream, our tweets. On b2bbloggers.com, we send out probably about 10 to 20 different tweets, B2B marketing related tweets a day. And 90% of those are to other sites. So we spend a lot of time finding that content. And when you consider that, the lifespan of a tweet, we really wanted to find another way that we could create some form of output for that time spent. So we came up with the idea of creating a blog post called the Top Tweets of the Week. We take a look at our Hootsuite analytics, grab the top 7 most clicked tweets, put them into a blog post, and we have another form of content that we send out every week. So that's the way we're using curation to share content with our readers.